I think Joe Burrow is back. We've seen the Bengals offense back. They had a great offensive day, specifically the passing attack. And I'm going to start off with this play because this is what we wanted to see more of, I think, a little bit is, in that Ravens game, I remember kind of thinking, hey, maybe just on like a 3rd down and 3, throw the ball to Jamar Chase. Put the ball in his direction. That feels like that's typically a good play. Well, they did that a ton in this game, making adjustments, which sometimes Zach Taylor doesn't do. But listen, I've criticized him over the years, but when he's deserved praise, I'm going to praise him, and he deserves praise in this one. Absolutely did what he should have done and what he should be doing. Big fan of his game plan in this one. I know, me praising Zach Taylor. Who would have thought? But listen, it's single safety deep, man coverage, Jamar Chase on an island. This is the coverage that teams really don't play the Bengals too much anymore because it can cause him to go off, and you see why in this game. But look, I'm going to assume the safety was shading over the top here, but it doesn't matter because Chase isn't running a deep route. He's running over the middle, and again, the guy can get open in a ton of different ways. Everyone talks about the go routes of him, but that's not the only way he can get open, and he is open right here. Burrow makes the throw, Chase makes the grab, and they're able to pick up a 1st down on 3rd down and 3. This is just what the Bengals are doing when they are at their best. It's ran through Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase has been a superstar for the Bengals, easily worth that draft pick. Crazy to think in hindsight that was a controversial one. But then it can also help in stuff like this, where it doesn't just have to be Jamar Chase who's actually doing stuff. It can also be Jamar Chase setting things up. Everyone talks about how, a running back sets things up for wide receivers. No one ever talks about the other way around. This time it's actually going to be Jamar Chase setting up a route for Joe Mixon, where Chase is running a route to get into the back of the end zone, and he's going to get attention, of course. So you know that if you're a game planner. Joe Mixon can then run that route, which can allow him to potentially get open underneath the coverage. Now, it's a 3rd down and goal, so getting inside the 5 is not the goal here. Getting inside the end zone is. Maybe if you get to like the 2-yard line, you can go for it, so it still helps you. However, with the space that Chase clears out, and also great throw from Joe Burrow, perfectly timed and perfectly accurate. I know that seems easy, and it's not the most difficult throw to get a completion, but to make sure he got the touchdown, he did all the little things right on that one. And also, the space Chase cleared out is really the main takeaway from that play. And Joe Mixon ran a good route. So listen, this is what the Bengals can do. Is you get a superstar, it doesn't even have to be the superstar touching the ball to allow your offense to really thrive. We saw this play, which had nothing to do with Jamar Chase, but it had a lot to do with Joe Burrow, and it's a great play. It's going to be a 3rd down and 8, and this Saints right here are showing as though they're blitzing. I know the play's already started a little bit. Sorry about that. That's just the broadcast footage didn't show the actual snap. This is the earliest they showed. Sometimes they do that, especially CBS. Fox has it down. CBS, they're the ones that struggle with it. I don't know why. But anyways, with a disguise, it's going to actually be zone coverage, but because you're disguising, this means that the players dropping back have to make sure they get back quickly. So look at how when Burrow, we already saw him take the snap, but when he takes another step back, we now see that there are 3 Saints players who are supposed to be covering the middle of the field. Worth noting, it still is a blitz, but just a 5-man rush, not a 6-man rush, and not a man coverage blitz. But with all those 3 players forced to kind of scramble to get back into position, they're doing a good job. Actually, they've covered this play. That's good. But typically, one of the benefits of playing zone coverage is you get a lot of players to focus on the quarterback. Typically, if you're in zone coverage, you are looking the quarterback's way. So this means that if a quarterback, makes a missed throw, it can result in interception. Also, if the quarterback scrambles out, you then have guys who can play the quarterback scramble. But in this situation, you are losing that benefit because of how everyone has to get back and cover their guys. It almost becomes a man coverage, like a little bit over there. So, okay, great. Joe Burrow could scramble if he wants to. The issue, look at the offensive line. Where's he going to go? How is he going to get out of this? Well, he's going to get out of this because he's Joe Burrow, and he's a really good mobile quarterback who really doesn't get enough credit, I think, for his mobility. Watch him find a way to get outside the pocket, and then he sees a window, and he is going to run and pick up the touchdown there. Again, this is a big part of Joe Burrow's game. This isn't just something he can do on occasion. This is a legitimate aspect of his game that I don't think he gets enough credit for. I mean, this was the reason they beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Not the only reason, but this was a big part of how they beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. To get to the Super Bowl is what I mean to say, was because of his ability to, on some key 3rd downs, be able to move. However, finally, let's talk about the reason they won. Not because of the stuff Ja'Marr Chase set up, not because of some, underneath Ja'Marr Chase stuff, and not because of Joe Burrow's scrambling. It's because of actually Ja'Marr Chase's scrambling. Really, the Saints' inability to tackle him, which I'm not putting it on them. Nobody can tackle him. He's Ja'Marr Chase. He's, a superstar in this league. It's going to be a 1st down and 10. And you see his route. It should be a simple route to get you like 7 yards. It's going to kind of get into a gap in coverage on the outside. Bit of a tough angle throw because Burrow is throwing it from the hash marks towards the bottom of the screen, but he's throwing it all the way to the top of the screen. But still, it's Burrow, it's Chase. You expect it to work out. And as you see when this play begins, Burrow takes the snap. Burrow does fire it in Ja'Marr Chase's direction. And again, so far, everything going according to plan. Everything that we expected to happen looks to be happening. He is open. He's not wide open, but he should be able to make the catch. And this is just where that Ja'Marr Chase magic comes in. That's how I have to describe it. It's Ja'Marr Chase magic, because I don't know how he does this stuff so consistently. Watch him make the catch and just, not get tackled right there, and he picks up a big gain. I remember when, if you follow the channel, I was a bit lower on Ja'Marr Chase coming out of the draft than others. Still liked him, but I had him as a wide receiver 3 because one of my concerns was the fact that it felt like some of these moves wouldn't work at the NFL level. This move, if you really dissect it, what does he do here? I don't know. I don't know how this works, but it just does. He just consistently does this, and it works so frequently. It's clearly a skill. I just don't know what that skill is. It's Ja'Marr Chase magic. He's the toughest guy in football to bring down, it seems like. Like, this one's another example of just him. This was the example where the Bengals are down 2 points, 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. This is the one that if you're a Bengals fan, you were going crazy during when you saw this play. It's, again, single safety deep, Ja'Marr Chase on the outside. I mean, the Saints should not be doing this to themselves. They just shouldn't. They should be having safety help over Ja'Marr Chase. I don't know why they made this decision, especially when you factor in T. Higgins wasn't 100%. Like, this seems like a no-brainer to me. But still, hey, if your opposing defense is taking a chance, we'll take advantage of that chance. And, that's what's happening here. So, Burrow takes a snap, and he knows where he's throwing the ball to. He doesn't even look to see if Chase is open. He just starts firing it there, and you see Ja'Marr Chase makes the catch. But again, right here, okay, good job. You picked up the 1st down. You did what you were supposed to do. You're moving the ball down the field, getting in field goal range, which is what you want to do, kick the game-winning field goal. So Ja'Marr Chase, once again, easily sidesteps one defender to get to this point. And this is something that I feel like he might just, I think with this, it's just explosiveness. This stuff, I think I can figure out exactly what he does well, because you see him do this a lot too, where someone seemingly has a good angle. Like Tyrann Mathieu here, there's no reason this should not be a tackle, and there's no way that Chase should be able to get past him here. But it just seems like guys consistently underestimate his explosiveness. I mean, watch Chase just completely run by him. I mean, that's explosiveness. Chase, wall stop, just blows by Mathieu. He gets the go-ahead touchdown that was the game-winning touchdown. So this meant to be a video more about Joe Burrow. Turned into a Ja'Marr Chase video because of how dominant he is. But Burrow still did a lot of nice things. Burrow still put the ball, in his best player's hands, which is, what you want to do. And, definitely made plays with his legs. I thought that Zach Taylor schemed this one up perfectly. And if this is who they are, yes, they've been a bit of a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team so far in 2022. But you know what? They were a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team in 2021 as well in the regular season until the playoffs came along, where they just became, the good one. Dr. Jekyll, I think, is the good one. I haven't read the book. I'm sorry. But, they just, where they turned it on, we kind of expected them to keep doing that. Like, it seems like, no, they might still be an up and down team, but they're looking like they're up right now. And hopefully it just continues and they're able to play well, because they're doing some good stuff. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.